Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today is Monday, March 12th, March 21st, 2022, and I'm Jada Hoffman.
And I'm Tony Denardis.
And we begin with our top national and international stories. President Biden is heading to Europe this week for a number of emergency summit meetings about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Biden will meet with other NATO leaders in Brussels, where they hope to finalize a package of new measures to punish Russia and demonstrate Western unity. World leaders are also expected to discuss how to further help Ukraine with military support and what happens if Ukraine can no longer withstand Russia's assault. The president will also attend a special session of the European Council and a gathering of G7 countries. He could also add another stop in Eastern Europe, potentially Poland. Officials have said Biden's trip is expected to start Wednesday.
No male, low morale. That was the motto of the 6888, an all-black Women's Army Corps unit of about 850 women who sorted millions of pieces of mail during World War II. Decades after their service, they're finally getting the recognition they deserve. A Congressional Gold Medal for their pioneering military service, devotion to duty, and the part they played in boosting morale for people stationed in Europe during the war. The group set up a new mail tracking system and cleared the 6-month backlog of mail in just 3 months, processing about 17 million pieces of mail by the end of the war. The White House has not scheduled the award ceremony.
Hundreds of trucks honking and drove through the streets of D.C. These truckers with the People's Convoy have been in the area for more than 2 weeks. They're protesting against COVID-19 federal vaccine mandates. In a meeting with Senator Ted Cruz of Texas last week, truckers said they wouldn't leave until their demands were met. The Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management says if any trucks disrupt traffic or threaten public safety or health, law enforcement will step in.
A prehistoric, once-in-a-lifetime discovery was found in Iowa when a woolly mammoth tooth was discovered on a construction site in the city of Sheldon, weighing a whopping 11.2 pounds and nearly a foot long. Justin Blowett, who found the tooth, said it was laying there casually exposed during excavation. According to a paleontology professor, Blowett got lucky because most woolly mammoth teeth disintegrate quickly. This tooth is suspected to be more than 20,000 years old. It will be on semi-permanently loan display in Northwest Iowa Community College's Sheldon Prairie Museum.
Kids restrained and grabbed by the shirt. That's some of what New Hampshire state investigators say happened inside a daycare. It says this happened at the Woodside School's daycare center in Concord. According to the report released by the State Child Care Licensing Unit, 2 staffers were seen bear-hugging children in an attempt to control their behavior, an act that violates state regulations. The other instance was when a former staffer grabbed a child by the shirt and yelled at them, also a violation. That staffer was fired immediately in January. Now, the state says that the daycare is bringing in a child psychologist to consult with staffers about proper intervention, abuse, and neglect.
Coming up next, we have your local news.
Stay right with us.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The body of a woman found near Lake Michigan on Thursday has been identified as missing Evanston woman and transgender right advocate Elise Mallory. Mallory was reported missing March 11th. Her family said they saw her 2 days earlier. She was last seen on 700 block of Hinman Avenue. Mallory's apartment and car showed no indication of foul play. The police are further investigating.
A Chicago millionaire, Willie Wilson, is expanding his gas giveaway this week, causing major traffic delays. Wilson gave away $200,000 in fuel last Thursday at 10 different gas stations in Chicago. The giveaway began at 7 a.m., but cars started lining up at 2 a.m. This Thursday, Wilson will be giving out $50 per person, starting at 7 a.m. for almost 50 gas stations throughout the area. Wilson will give out free fuel until the price limit he set is reached.
12-year-old Nazirah Moore was shot and killed in West Englewood earlier this month while celebrating her birthday. Footage was released Saturday of 3 people shooting fire around the same time Moore was shot. CPD was able to identify 2 of the 3 suspects. No one is in custody, and CPD is encouraging people who know anyone in the videos to call 911. The area of the shooting has seen an increase in violence and shootings of almost 30%.
Illinois reported 1,388 new COVID cases and 18 related deaths Friday, with fewer than 600 hospitalizations with the virus statewide. There have been over 3 million total cases, including 33,000 deaths since the pandemic began. The new Omicron BA.2 subvariant first showed up in January and continues to increase. The director of Infection Control and Prevention at Rush University Medical says this variant is about 30% more transmissible than Omicron. According to the CDC, the BA.2 subvariant accounts for more than 20% of the cases in Midwestern states, including Illinois. The good news is that this new variant isn't causing severe illness.
Thousands of runners headed to Grant Park Sunday to take part in the Shamrock Shuffle as spring officially began the race. The race ends a week of celebrating the Irish tradition of St. Patrick's Day, running off the beer and corned beef from past week. There were staggered groups for the race, beginning with the fastest of the approximately 20,000 runners participated. Coming up next, we will have your entertainment news.
Stay with us.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Stacey Abrams is trying to live long and prosper. The Georgia Democratic gubernatorial candidate made a cameo in an episode of Star Trek. Discovery Abrams, a well-known Trekkie, appeared on the season 4 finale as President of the United Earth. It could be a nod to the future, as Abrams has said she hopes to be President of the United States one day. In an interview with IndieWire, Star Trek Discovery's showrunner says she hopes Abrams can appear on that show again, but right now she has her hands full running for Georgia governor. This is the second time she is competing for the state's top job, after narrowly losing to Governor Brian Kemp in 2018.
Arnold Schwarzenegger video on Twitter asked Russian citizens and soldiers to resist their country's disinformation as the devastating invasion of Ukraine continues. Russian President Vladimir Putin and government officials have made false accusations about Ukraine and the motivations for the invasion, saying the country is run by Nazis. Schwarzenegger pushed back, calling the claim a lie, and is asking people to spread the truth, describing Russians protesting publicly against the war his new heroes. He says he hopes his message about the atrocities committed by the Russian government and military will influence those on the front lines. The Twitter post already has 15 million views.
Pete Davidson won't be live from outer space after all. The Saturday Night Live cast member was scheduled to be on the March 23rd Blue Origin flight, but the launch date is delayed 6 days, and according to a tweet from the company, Davidson is no longer able to be part of the crew. Blue Origin says Davidson's replacement on the mission will be announced soon. Among the 5 others who will be on the 10-minute flight are investor Marty Allen and entrepreneur Jim Kitchen.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is keeping Dolly Parton on its ballot, even though she asked to bow out. On Monday, the country music legend said she wanted to decline her nomination to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She could appear putting AC/DC in the Country Music Hall of Fame. But after a few days of radio silence, the answer came. Parton will still be nominated. The Cleveland-based Hall of Fame responded saying, "We are in awe of Dolly." Several country legends who have influenced rock music are in the hall already, like Hank Williams and Brenda Lee. Besides, 1,200 ballots have already gone out to voters with Dolly's name on it. If selected, Parton could join diverse nominees this year like Eminem and Duran Duran.
Fans of Britney Spears have lost a way to keep track of the pop singer. The entertainer has deactivated her Instagram account once again. Spears has used this form of social media to discuss issues about her personal life, including the problems within her family and her treatment during the conservatorship that came to an end in 2021. But this may only be a temporary move. Last September, Spears deleted her account for a few days before coming back to announce her engagement to Sam Asghari. Up next, we will have your Lewis Sports Update.
Stay tuned.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
We are now going live to Neil Carey Arena, where LUTN reporter Logan Kapp is live with your weekly Lewis Sports Update.
Thanks, Tony. Lewis University's 12th-ranked men's volleyball team dropped a 5-set match at McKendree on Saturday night at the Harry S. Statham Sports Center in Lebanon, Illinois. This brings the Flyers' record to 11-9 on the season so far, 3-5 in the MIVA. The Flyers were held to a 19.2 attack percentage with 52 kills and 24 errors in 146 chances. Mitchum led the way with 15 kills while Davis added 13. Calling had 31 assists and Jason Gibbs finished with 17 digs. Lewis returns to action on Thursday as they travel to Fort Wayne, Indiana, take on Purdue Fort Wayne at 6 p.m. This Thursday. Lewis University's women's lacrosse team dropped its fourth straight game with a 17-7 loss to Findlay on Sunday afternoon at Lewis Stadium. The Flyers now drop to 2-5 on the season thus far. Lucic led the way for the Flyers, scoring 3 goals, while Traub added a pair. Traub also won 4 draw controls and scooped up 4 ground balls, while Caitlin Kuzmenko caused 2 turnovers. Lewis is back in action this Friday, March 25th, as they travel to Pepper Pike, Ohio to take on Ursuline, and that game is this Friday at 3:30. At Southern Indiana yesterday, the Lewis softball team dropped a pair of single-run doubleheaders after falling 0-1 in Game 1 and 1-2 in Game 2. Delaney Garden pitched the entire first game, allowing 3 hits with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. And Sarah Serena had 2 hits in that game. In Game 2, Serena hit a solo shot to left center, scoring the Flyers' only run on the day. Peyton Wusky pitched 8 innings, allowing only 2 runs on 8 hits that entire game. The Lewis baseball team opened up play at Brennan Field yesterday against Purdue Northwest, picking up 2 wins. The first game was closely contested as the Flyers came out on top 5-4. Lewis had 4 hits and Jake Karuba picked up the win on the mound for the Flyers. Lewis dominated also in Game 2, winning 26-1 and 5 home runs that game. Julian Everett had 6 RBIs in the contest, and Ben Davis picked up the win on the mound for the Flyers. On Saturday and Sunday, the Lewis Flyers women's golf team participated in the Saginaw Valley State Spring Invitational, finishing second. The Flyers fell short of Finley, who shot .605 on the weekend, to the Flyers' .635. Casey Kane and Kendall Farm led the 5 Flyers golfers with 151 and 154 respectively through 2 rounds of play. The Flyers will be back in action at the Music City Invitational in Nashville, Tennessee on Monday, April 4th. This has been your Lewis Sports Update here on LUTN.
Thanks for the update, Logan. What sports can we look forward to this week on campus?
Tony, there are a lot of teams on the road this week, but there are still a few opportunities for Lewis students to come out and support the Flyers live and in person. The Flyers on Friday, March 25th, will take on the UIndy baseball team. The first game starts at 2 o'clock this Saturday, March 26th. The men's lacrosse team will be taking on Walsh at Lewis Stadium at noon. The baseball team also has a doubleheader that day on Saturday versus UIndy. Those games start at noon and 3 over at the baseball field. The men's volleyball team also plays on Saturday here in Neil Carey Arena against Loyola Chicago, and that game starts at 7 o'clock. The final game of the weekend is also the final game of the baseball series against UIndy. That game is on Sunday, and that has a 12 o'clock noon start time. That is all for sports this week at Lewis. Tony, a lot of opportunities to watch Lewis sports on campus as always.
Thank you, Logan. Sounds like an eventful week. That's it for today's news. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis News on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Tony DeNardis.
And I'm Jada Hoffman.
Have a great night.